Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. All right, so that was not what I was expecting. I left the wrong screen on the on the holding page. You gotta love you gotta love live streaming. Live streaming is just it's a hit and miss. It really is. Guys, welcome to the MJR Collector channel. My name of course is Jay. Guys, how have you been? How are things going in your neck of the woods? Yeah, things are moving fast and furious now. So many different things happening in the world. Um, and as I always like to say, and it's important to me to bring these things up. Even though sorry, I'm gonna adjust this just a little bit. There we go. That's it. Yeah. Even though it's not as popular, because obviously we come together, you know, on these live streams to try and escape from the rigors of everyday life. But I always try my best to mention and to bring awareness to certain things because they do affect people in my life, and I do want to at least acknowledge that certain things are happening. So I always start off a lot of my live streams for those of you who've been watching for some time. That if anybody here does know anyone of Ukrainian descent and is affected by the situations that are happening around the world, please do reach out to them. Find out how they're doing. Let them know that you're concerned about them. Let them know that you care. That's the least we can do. The tragedies that are happening around the world. And it's not just Ukraine. There are many other countries and many other situations around the world that are happening. But you know, in this particular sense, there's a lot of attention, that needs to be put on Ukraine and the situation that's happening over there. So yes, please, if you guys do know anyone of Ukrainian descent, or if you have friends who have Ukrainian relatives and they're suffering, please definitely reach out to them. Check up on them. At least make sure that they're okay. Mental health right now is the biggest concern in many regards. We were locked up in our homes for so long, and I read somewhere, I can't remember where exactly, but I read that mental health is going to become a very big issue, in the near future, if it isn't already. I personally have gone through bouts of small depression, but nothing to the extent of some people who suffer with it on a daily basis. And you know with the situations that are happening around the world, I can only imagine what some people are going through, and how that can affect them dearly. So I just wanted to come in. I always just a little, just I take about 5 minutes or so, just to implore to everybody out there, because I feel that it's important, for someone you know who has an audience, right? Regardless of if it's large or small, to remember to bring awareness to the plights and difficulties of and the struggles of people who are in most need. So I do just want to touch on that, and just say, guys, if you do know anybody who is uh, you know in that position, right? If they have relatives who are affected by this, or if they themselves are being affected by this mentally, you know, find out how they're doing. Reach out to them. Let them know that you care. Um, Even a hi, even a hello. Just how you doing. Those things help a lot. You know what I mean? And a 5 minute conversation, 10 minute conversation. Heck, even if you just sit down and have a coffee with somebody, right? See how they're doing. These things make a huge difference in people's lives. Um, and then, of course, like I said, there are so many other different situations across the world. And if you know anybody who is in distress, right? Definitely, take a bit of time and just reach out to them and make sure that they're okay. See how they're doing. And of course, within your own personal lives and your own circles, right? Reach out to the people who you most care about. Your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your best friends, right? And just especially after everything that we went through the pandemic, right? And it seems like more waves are coming, more variants are popping up. So it's now is the time, right, to make sure that everybody who you care about is okay. And I just want to take a little bit of time out of the live stream here, and just bring awareness to that, and you know just trying to encourage everyone to really reach out to everybody they care about. You know, your loved ones are the most important, of course, and just see how they're doing. You know, call them up, say hi. Have you been? Haven't heard from you in a while, right? If that's the case, if you talk to them on a regular basis, then that's cool, right? But for anybody who you might not be in regular contact with, just give that 5 minutes. Just see how they're doing, see what you can do to maybe brighten their day a little bit, right? Um, yeah. So I just whenever I start these things, I always just want to bring a little bit of attention to certain things that are happening around the world. I don't dwell in it, you know what I mean. But it is important that we recognize that these things are happening, and that again, mental health is a very very important thing that everyone has to understand, like the signs of a person who's in distress, right? I personally can't advise on that, but if you see somebody who's been really really quiet lately when they're normally jovial and very have a very outgoing personality, and all of a sudden they're very very quiet, that could be a sign that they're suffering inside. So yeah, do what you can to help your friends and your loved ones, because again, now more than ever, especially because of what's been happening around the world to everybody, right? Everyone, this was the one time in our history where everyone was affected by something very very similar, right? And that is huge cause for mental health issues. So yeah, definitely go check up on your loved ones, find out what they're doing, and make sure that they're okay. Having said that, we are here together and celebrate, of course, everything pop culture of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Guys, thank you so much. Once again, my name is Jay. Welcome back to the channel. It's been one heck of another crazy week for toys. So many things were happened. Haulathon ended this week, which was kind of crazy. A lot of people were kind of throwing up their hands and saying, "Where was Haulathon?" I mean, in certain cases, a lot of people in the states, didn't even see anything at their targets, right? Which especially in this day and age, it happens quite often. Supply chains and issues that have been plaguing so many different companies, in particular, and Neca is no different. Um, and then there was the international orders, where a lot of people are actually kind of perplexed as to what was it really. Um, if you look at certain channels, some people were actually able to order on the international website for Haulathon.com, and they were still living in the United States, which has caused a lot of people to wonder, why did they even bother? You know, and this has been a constant theme for Target and for all of their mini conventions, right? All their mini events that they keep doing the year after year ever since the pandemic started. Who are they really aiming towards? Who is the target market here, right? They continue to tout that this is for the fans, right? That this is something that you should be celebrated, like geeks, collectors, are the ones that they're targeting. But in a lot of ways, it's been a lot of people's opinions that it's actually scalpers. It's actually people who hoard all these figures and bots. That the same ones that we use to corner the market on PlayStation 5, right? Those are the ones that people are very very cognizant about, and it's sad. It really is sad in many different regards. Um, but Haulathon was a really a mixed bag. Some people got their stuff, some people didn't. Some people found a lot of stuff in their target. Some people found a lot of stuff online, and some people, of course, like I said, with the international sites, were not even able to get their stuff, right? And for whatever reason, because people were ordering when they shouldn't have. Now, I am one of those people who looks at the glass half full as well, and even though it's been quite the conundrum with Haulathon, at the end of the day, they will event like most of these items, most of them, not all of them. There are the exclusives like the Fugitoid signed edition, like the Elvira limited edition, figure. Those ones are going to be tougher to get. But when you think about it, do you really want to spend $100 on an Elvira figure? You know what I mean? It's kind of like it was it's the pay to play scenario. Yeah, it's exclusive, but it's expensive. It's a really expensive endeavor to try and get one of those exclusive figures. I believe even the Fugitoid was a few extra bucks, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you get a signature card, you get a special box, but you never get to take it out anyway, right? And you're probably going to end up buying another Fugitoid just to be able to take it out of the box. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. But On top of that, just the shenanigans that were going on, during Haulathon. Not so much with bots or anything like that, but it was especially for Neca, who is well known already and has a huge reputation for figures which are very very fragile. I'm gonna put it. I'm not gonna put it in. I'm not gonna kind of put it in any other way. Neca figures are fragile. And if you were here for my last live stream, the other night, yeah, that was just ridiculous. You know, channels like Mad Hatter Reviews and yeah, so many other channels. What's it called? Geek Dead Life. A lot of channels which a lot of people subscribe to and watch. we they were reviewing Demona from Gargoyles, and in Mad Hatter's case, his wings broke, like snapped off completely. Jay over at Geek Dead Life, he had a similar experience that the wings just would not stand up on their own, and it really is one of those unfortunate things that happen. Myself, having found all the a lot of those Haulathon items in Toys R Us, my Demona came with two of the exact same face. So and I had to go hunting, looking for another Demona replacement all around town. And now it's my understanding here in Canada that Demona is pretty much gone. Like she's either incredibly scarce, incredibly hard to get, or she's completely sold out in every single Toys R Us location, which is crazy. Because I was actually considering not picking up Demona. There was to me, I was doing the math, and you know how I love math, but I was trying to figure out if it was actually worth it with the exchange rate and the maybe even if I was to order it on BBTS or on Target, whatever it was, and see if it was actually going to show up here in Canada, if it would have been worth the exchange, what comparable to what Toys R Us was charging. And I'll be honest with you, it was only off by about $5 or $6 after all this is said and done. If you take into consideration possible import charges, possible everything, right? If you actually take into consideration, it was only about $5 to $8 extra. So I just figured, why not? Let's just go get Demona. I already got Goliath. I'm gonna pick her up, right? And then after picking her up, she had two of the exact same face. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. I could not believe I actually picked up a QC issue, and it wasn't even it wasn't the wings. It was actually two of her exact same, smiling face. Right? I didn't get a Demona demon face. Do you see what I'm saying? And it just brings into question so many things, right? So I did a whole live stream yesterday, covering QC for NECA, and I asked the question on the live stream. I'm like, are NECA figures actually action figures, or are they works of art? Right? And it's interesting, to bring up that parallel. So we had wonderful discussions with so many different people in the chat, and I think we did come to the conclusion that NECA makes amazing action figures, but you have to treat them like works of art because they're so fragile. They're so ridiculously not expensive. Expensive isn't the problem, but they're very very delicate. And because of that, if you don't treat them with kid gloves, and really be very very gentle in the way you manipulate the character, you could be you could have a leg snap off on you. I was calling it the snap. I was calling it the NECA snap, because that's actually what's been happening every time. I've heard these horror stories from different people in my hunter group, in my collectors groups, on YouTube. Everyone has heard the snap at least once, and that's scary. That's a scary thing to think of. That everyone has had the similar experience when it comes to NECA figures. That's just sad and scary at the same time. So I was victim to it in a certain degree, because I actually found, like, I actually had two of the same heads, and that was sad, really. QC on that level is just really, that's terrible, right? But it has caused me to be a bit gun shy. I own several NECA figures. I own the entire. I own the original four. Oh, not the original, but I own the four Team NT movie turtles. I own all of them. I have the Captured Splinter SDCC exclusive 4-pack, including Shredder, Splinter, Shredder, and 2 foot soldiers. So I have that, which I was never going to open anyway. I also have Bebop and Rocksteady, the original animated versions. I have Krang's body. So that's one I've always loved. I love the look of it. I was able to one of the friends of the channel was able to send me a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Disguise 4-pack, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you so much for that. And I was able to acquire Toko and Razor from TMNT2, the Secret of the Use, through a trade with another fellow hunter. I also managed to pick up the I guess it would be the SDCC exclusive Channel 9 newsroom, which, after thinking about it a lot, I think I overpaid for that. It would have been nicer if it actually came with a nice box with that, which had all the rest of the accessories. But the reality is they just ship it to you in a bag, which, it's not terrible, but at the same time, in terms of a collector's standpoint, you really want something of a nicer presentation, and Neca just does not do that. It's kind of weird. I heard that the April O'Neil exclusive from last year, I think a year prior, the raincoat that they were touting as being, the exclusive thing with the signed autographed badge, it ended up just being a plastic raincoat, which really felt kind of cheap. So you paid a premium on that, like an extra, I think it was extra $50 or something like that. And yeah, you didn't really get much, truthfully. So at least with the Channel 9 studio, you got a lot of stuff. You got a lot of decent stuff. You got a poster, you got a pin, you got lanyard, you got a press pass, you got a whole bunch of stuff. And a t-shirt. You got a t-shirt too. So it sort of justified that extra $50. Kind of. But at the end of the day, I probably would have been happy just with the channel 9 newsroom, by itself. Again, hindsight being 2020. That's the way I always look at things. But I do have multiple NECA figures, and now I even have Demona. I've got Goliath. I've got Muckman, the glow in the dark edition. I've got all these great figures, but I'm scared shitless to actually open them up. I am so scared. It's just one of those things. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea to open them or not. And I'm wondering, and this is the other thing about that. I'm wondering if NECA knows this, because they like almost every single one of the NECA figures that I have on over here, they all have this little window, right? This little door, so you can admire the figure in its packaging, right? The TMNT 4-pack has it. The Channel 9 newsroom has it. Goliath, Demona, Muckman, they all have window. I'm just gonna grab it. So, because seriously, this is the problem that not problem, but I'm starting to realize more and more that something is up, and I don't know exactly what to make of it. I'm only gonna grab two of them because grabbing Goliath is a pain. He's huge. So this is what I'm talking about, and I guess anyone who collects NECA figures, I think they know what I'm talking about. So normally on like a blister card or something like that, the characters are easily seen on the blister card, right? Even G.I. Joe's, what happens is each box already has a window, right? So you can see the figure, you can admire the figure. But with NECA, I don't know if it's something that they intentionally did or what have you, but they have these wonderful boxes. They're great. The design is amazing, right? Beautiful stuff. All that wonderful NECA branding. NECA FHE. If anybody recognizes what I'm talking about, they've got they're like videotapes, right? At the end of the day, for these Ninja Turtle versions, right? But then what happens is, if you want to see the character, because they designed these so well. I do love the way they look. It's got a Velcro strip here, a Velcro button, right? You peel it open, and there's the figure inside. You can actually, admire him, and all of his accessories, right? So he looks great, and you can. And there's even a wonderful hero shot on the flap there, right? So you can admire the figure from afar, if you will, behind glass, cellophane, if you will, right? And that concerns me. That really concerns me. It's starting to make me think like they don't actually want you to touch these figures, all right? And that was the question from last night. Are these things works of art, right? Is that what they are? Are they miniature statues, right? That aren't supposed to be touched, that aren't supposed to be manipulated, right? because I don't know. He looks pretty substantial, but then again, we all know the stories and the cautionary tales of NECA, right? And then you have Demona here, right? You open her up, and there she is, gorgeous, right? Beautiful character, 100%, absolutely wonderful sculpting, right? I can't get over how amazing she looks, right? And look, she's got two different faces, yay! Awesome stuff. But at the same time, I've heard huge horror stories. My friend Tom from Action Figure Captures, yeah, his gun apparently snapped right here, right at the corner here, right? That's crazy. Or sorry, was it the tip of the gun here? Anyway, it basically snapped, right? And again, the wings, all that stuff, scary, just scary stuff. And they do all these great figures. They have multiple points of articulation, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, if they break on you as a collector, what is that? What's that supposed to be? That's terrible, right? And then the question came up. Not the question. Sorry, multiple sources, multiple I guess YouTubers. I'm gonna put them. You say YouTubers. Yeah, multiple YouTubers have done some research, and some people have even mentioned that in certain documentation, it's been noted that NECA actually classifies all of their products as perishable goods. That's not cool, man. Perishable goods, meaning that over time they will disintegrate, or over time they will rot, or you know what? It's crazy. Perishable goods. So what's that? What are we supposed to take away from that? That's crazy. And that was the question from last night, right? Are these things, should we treat these things as pieces of art? Should we like leave them in their packages? Should we just, admire them from afar, encased in cellophane, right? Should we just leave them the way they are? Never to be taken out, never to be displayed, right? Because the risk of breakage is just super, super high. And what is the point of that? What kind of plastic? What kind of plastic are they using in here that is so not malleable, that is so brittle that it actually snaps on you? What the heck is going on with NECA? These are the questions that I've been asking over the course of the past couple of days, and it's just one of those strange and scary things that have been happening. Having said that, though, tonight is not about that. Strangely enough, I just wanted to reiterate, because Target and Haulathon, together released all these wonderful figures. Coraline, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, what's it called? Gargoyles, Back to the Future, the Evil Dead. I almost said The Walking Dead again. All these great figures. The Wolfman, Universal Pictures, all these great stuff. But when you finally get them, if you're able to get them, if you even find them in the wild, right? If you find them in Target, if you find them at Toys R Us, if you find them online, once you get them, what do they mean to you? Because there's always going to be that fear, right? And so many different YouTubers have experienced it. So many different people have experienced it. So now everyone's gun shy. And there's also this attitude amongst some of the collector community that, it's just the way it is. It's NECA. That's the way they are. No, that's not the attitude we should be adopting. I don't think so. I think that allows NECA to continue to do what they do, right? And not have any accountability, for the figures that end up broken. And you know what? There are multiple videos out there on tutorials on how to fix your NECA figures. That's terrible. That is terrible. There should not have to be tutorials on how to fix action figures, which should be able to be used constantly as action figures. Cheers, everybody. Once again, big shout out to mftoys.ca for the wonderful mug. Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate it. But seriously, guys, that is what I was discussing over the past few days. Our NECA figures, action figures or works of art. I'm gonna dedicate a whole episode to that, for the future. But seriously, it was a wonderful discussion that I had with a number of you here on the channel. It was so great. I just wanted to do a quick recap as to what was happening throughout the week. Haulathon was what it was. Found a lot of stuff here at Toys R Us, for Haulathon type items in Canada. So that was very, very cool. Demona right now, for anybody in Canada, I'm gonna give a straight out caution. Just sorry, not caution. I'm gonna give a public service announcement. If you ever find Demona in the wild, grab her, grab Demona, because honestly, there's something going on. She is selling out like crazy. I don't know if she's ever gonna get restocked. So if you ever see a Demona in the wild, grab her. Okay. That's my advice to everybody out there. If you're from Canada and you're at Toys R Us and you see her, grab her. There's also some rumors that the owners of Toys R Us, Sunrise Records, is also getting a few gargoyles in their stores. I have not confirmed this. I'm going to go to a Sunrise Records sometime this week and see what's going on. But if that's the case, definitely head over to Sunrise Records. My friend Will actually gave me the heads up on that a little while ago. So yeah, definitely, check out your local Sunrise Records and Toys R Us. Anybody who lives here in Canada, because you might just get lucky. But a lot of other things are happening in the toy world for this week, and this has been something which has caused a ton of controversy as of late. And I think it's important that we discuss it, because it's just something that I'm not. It's hard for me to articulate what I feel about this, because really, uh, I'm more or less indifferent. But I do think it's important to address it, because so many people have asked me the same question. So right now, um, yesterday and the day before, well, mostly yesterday. It was pretty much yesterday. Um, we got news of a whole bunch of leaked photos which have just hit the market, from several different sources all over the internet. Um, and pretty much every single one of them, it started with Transformers, then it moved on to GI Joe, and then most recently it's hit Marvel Legends. So, um, and we're going to discuss the whole thing, but I just wanted to give a quick overview as to what I'm trying to cover here. Basically, the question now is coming up, and a lot of people are asking this question. A lot of people are messaging me. A lot of people are basically, there's a lot of chatter all over the interwebs, and everyone's asking the same question: what the heck is going on, Hasbro? Well, like what is happening? You know, all of these pictures are being leaked, packaging design, right? Figures, actual action figures, and prototypes, and where is the you know what's it called? Where is the security on this? Like how is it that all of these things are leaked out? Why are they showing up in people's inboxes? Like, how is it that people are able to get a hold of these things so quickly? And it's not isolated to Hasbro. It's Mattel also has had its fair share of leaks for the Master Universe. So it's weird. Now, back in the day, people would even call this internal espionage, right? Corporate espionage, which is kind of weird, because obviously none of these corporate secrets are gonna change the world. They change the worlds of collectors like you and me. But there's a question coming up now, of when people do this, right? When people actually um, expose or leak, right, the photos of upcoming products, does that cheapen the brand, right? Does that give does like the fact that somebody actually is able to get a hold of something, right, and do a review, like months, in some cases a whole year before the product is even revealed, does that actually cheapen the anticipation? Does that actually lessen the importance of these products, right? A lot of people have brought up that question, and I want to pose the question to you guys. What are your thoughts about that? You know, is the fact that these figures are being leaked out to the public so early, is it having a huge impact on the market itself? Like, if, like, for example, did you see one of these early leaks, and did it actually give you a sense of, oh, I actually don't want that anymore, because I saw it now and it's not what I was expecting, right? The way it transforms, the way it looks, the way it's designed, the color scheme, all that stuff, right? Instead of being properly unveiled, by Hasbro during a Fan First Friday or a Fan First Wednesday or San Diego Comic Con, or any of these major conventions, instead, fans and YouTubers and all these insiders, if you will, right, are somehow able to get a hold of these products, and they're actually leaking them out for everybody to get excited. And it's in a lot of ways it's that hunt to be first, right? It's that need to actually be the first one to actually showcase one of these things to perhaps expand your reach, right? And I touched up on a few things like that yesterday as well, because a few the questions were coming up with certain YouTube channels, and they're questionable or perceived questionable practices, right? And I made my position clear around that time, but I will reiterate it today. But I just wanted to give an overview as to what we're going to be covering tonight, and big warning ahead of time. There are going to be possible spoilers, because in terms of the Marvel Legends figures, the figures that were leaked out actually showcase many of the costumes that are going to be in upcoming films, and possible storylines that might spoil the upcoming film itself. So I will give huge spoiler warnings to anybody who wants to turn off the sound and go watch another YouTube channel for 10 minutes or so. But I will say that there are going to be spoilers that are going to happen tonight. So be aware of that, guys, because that's actually going to happen. I've rambled on for about a half an hour now, and introduced a whole bunch of things and food for thought. So, thank you for being so patient, guys. Let's go and take a look at. Let's go say hi to everybody who's in the chat. Jabbar Robbins, hey Jabbar, what's going on, my friend? Evening, Jay. By the way, you misinterpreted what I said on the chat last night. Nia Jax's name is pronounced like Haya, which rhymes with Naya. Okay, Jabbar. I'm you can tell how much of a wrestling fan I am. So thank you for helping explain that. I also don't forget Seth Rollins, and Shayna Baszler. Sure, Jabbar. I really do appreciate you continually correcting me on that. So I'll do my best, but to be perfectly honest with you, I tend to just say them like I read them, pretty much, and hopefully I'll be able to get used to that. Anyway, great to see you, Jabbar. Jermaine Hunter, Dr. Mindbender looks good, and Serpentor is coming. It sure does seem something like that, right? It sure does, and we're going to expand on that, as we look into the packaging and the early leaked photos. MIS1, Dr. Mindbender equals Deluxe Hasbro exclusive. Sorry, Dr. Mindbender Deluxe equals Hasbro exclusive. That is a possibility. I really don't see this version being a retail release. I don't think, unlike Fiona and Crocmaster, this one is really, really expansive. It's got those, the double hinge door with the sliding. Anyway, we'll get to it, but it seems like a really, really one-off packaging design. So that being the case, is it going to be really hard to get? And that's going to be a lot of people's main concern going forward. MIS1 Moto Master, yes, another leak which we're going to talk about today. Kurto Creations, hey Kurto Creations, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing tonight? Will, are you here? I don't know. Will, are you here? Kurto Creations, hey, hi Kurto, what's going on, brother? Will says, of course I'm here. Good to see you, Will. How's it going, buddy? Ishti, hey Ishti, what's going on? Evening, Jay in chat. Demon 888, hey, how's it going? Good to see you, brother. Will, hey Jay, hey Will, what's going on? Barry Allen, evening, Jay in chat. Evening, Barry, good to see you, my friend. Barry, go Jays go. Yes, go Jays go, everybody. That's awesome. Love the new lineup this year. Kurto Creations, it's affecting everyone for sure. I think nowadays we are helping each other more and more. That's a great Kurto Creations. That's awesome. Thank you for that. I feel the same way. Will, we are all here to support our friend Jay. Well, thank you, Will. I appreciate that. Barry, I opened up my Neca Ultimate Ash loose and no breakage. I was cringing when I was posting it. Like I said, no breakage and no loose joints. That's great. Congratulations, Barry. You definitely picked up a good one. That's excellent. Reroom Trading. Hey, Reroom Trading. What's going on? Fourth like. Okay, fourth like. I appreciate the fourth like. Thanks so much, Reroom Trading. Rolando, hello, hey, Rolando, what's going on? David Jones, what's going on, David? Good to see you, brother. Kurto Creations, at Will. So are you buying the red in-space monster guy? Okay. Will. Barry, Jay, did you go to Toys R Us and pick up any of the Star Wars figurines on sale? Not. I'm not really okay. So Antok Merrick, I'll really be thinking about picking him up. I'm not really too sure about Gillen Erzo. Although he designed the Death Star, not really. Not really feeling it. Not really feeling it for Gillen Erzo. So Jin Erzo, I already got her on the black label. So the black boxes. So I think I'm done with that line. Because she's just way too overpriced, even on a sale. Red Ecliptor, yes, of course. You're picking up the Red Ecliptor. I fear Demona wings, breakage or floppy wings. I know, Will, but unfortunately, it is what it is, and you know what? Now we have to decide whether or not it's actually a good buy or just something we need to start to tell NECA that they have to do better. That's something that needs to happen. Noodle Commando. Hey, Noodle Commando, what's going on? Minotaur hype just keeps rising for me. Do you think they'll show him on this Tuesday? I'm hoping to do something because there are just so many different leaks, and this is what we're going to talk about tonight. There's just so many different leaks and unofficial leaked photos, right? That Hasbro's got to start reining this stuff in. They got to start owning this stuff. We're going to go through a whole overview of all the leaked items that have been happening lately, and just so that we understand what's at stake here. Well, NECA is an inbox collector. NECA is an inbox collection. Okay, NECA is an inbox collection and never to be removed from the plastic prison. I disagree with that, Will. It should never have come to that. If you're going to sell your products as action figures, then they need to be action figures, right? Inbox collectors, as many of them out there as there are, seriously, there are even more, in my opinion, collectors who want to open and play with their toys and pose them and do things with them, right? So, that's a great opinion, Will, but in my opinion, I think we should be able to open our figures and do whatever we want to do with them. Jermaine, can't find her a Bronx yet, but I'm finding all the Transformer Legacies easy. Wow, that's great. We haven't seen one Transformers Legacy figure other than the legacy. Ironically, the legacy. Sorry, the Legends class, the core class figures. That's the only things we've been able to find so far. Will, NECA are delicate pieces of art. Well, it seems like that's happening more and more. Doug Easter. Hey, Doug Easter, what's going on? They give you the window boxes and pose them accordingly for a reason. I keep mine in box for that very reason. Maintain value and don't have to worry about them breaking. Well, there's an opinion. Absolutely. I know multiple people who are just too scared to take them out of the packaging now. It's just stupid. It's just crazy. Will, poor Tom and his Demona gun. Yeah, I know. It's very, very unfortunate for Tom. It's crazy. Old IT guy. Hey, old IT guy. What's going on? Good evening, Jay. How are you? I'm doing well, my friend. Better now that you're here. That's great. That's awesome. Barry, Jay, it's the Evil Dead movie 1982, not the Walking Dead 2010. Yeah, I already said that, Barry. Crypto Creations. I don't like it. Oh. I would want a review towards something I can buy soon. I see what you're. I see what you're saying, Crypto Creation. Not next year when I might not care anymore. Yeah, I know, but they are teasing new products as they come out, Crypto Creations. So I think it gives us a glimpse into things that we can hopefully aspire to, and I think that's usually the case with most marketing efforts. So yeah. And you know what? You never know. You might forget about it, and then basically when you find out when the release date and the re-solicitation pictures come up again, you might be like, "Oh crap, I forgot about that. That looks pretty cool," and then maybe you'll buy it again. So there you go. It's cyclical. The whole process is cyclical. Barry, Jay, is Hasbro really cared? Okay, Jay, if Hasbro really cared about their product being reviewed months in advance on YouTube, they would have banned those guys and charged them a long time ago by now. So I don't think Hasbro really cares. You know what? I can see where you're coming from, Barry, and it's probably because of the nature of banning people. Giving them copyright strikes. It's leaving such a poor taste in the community that a lot of people have sent backlashes to and not have reacted poorly to it. channels like Lore Legend and Geek Dead Life and some of the other channels got on their got on the megaphone and really did a huge outcry for those two YouTube channels that were banned, like actually taken down for um, leaking, the Jurassic Park figures. And I think Mattel has really figured out, because I think later on it really kind of got so much bad press that those channels were reinstated. If I'm not mistaken, somebody could correct me on that. But I think that's the thing, right? And I think Hasbro realizes this. Um, but my problem with allowing for this to happen, Barry, is that there is no quality control, right? You like having somebody showcase Moto Masters packaging for the first time, having somebody review an entire figure for Blitzwing, well before it's actually been released. Um, you know, this is something um, which is in terms of marketing, it's actually a very embarrassing situation. Like no one should be able to have these things before Hasbro actually properly releases them, right? And it really is an embarrassment to the company. This is the problem, right? And a lot of people have actually mentioned this on multiple streams, and I share that sentiment. Um, in terms of they need to tighten up they need to tighten up their security. They need to tighten up their uh, you know the manufacturing needs to be more close knit, because there is a hole in the system somewhere. Someone is able to get these things out the back door, right? And that's a problem, because if someone is able to get these things out the back door and distribute them to early reviewers, very very early reviewers, then you know what, it looks poorly on the company itself. um but is that a problem? I'm going to address that in a little later in the stream. But for now, I'm just going to mention that, in my opinion, Hasbro's got to rein in what's going on with their factories. They got to rein in what's happening with whatever partners they have, and really try and buckle down on these leaks. Because honestly, it's embarrassing. It is freaking embarrassing, right? And you know what? The community is not appreciating it either. There's a lot of people out there, who are upset that the products themselves are being leaked out very very early, and in some cases a lot of people are saying that they're not being presented correctly. And you know what, I can't disagree, right? um you know and But you could also argue that whoever does the solicitation photos, sometimes they don't even know what they're doing, right? Like Ultra Magnus's belt being backwards. Certain weapons are not for certain characters when the photographs are taken, right? There's arguments to be made everywhere, but at the end of the day, the mistakes that are made by Hasbro when they're soliciting the products are made by Hasbro, right? Whereas if a product gets leaked out to the public, somebody gets it, falling off the back of a truck or something like that, and then they grab it, they put it online, and they showcase it, and say, "Hey, this is the way it's supposed to be," and actually it's not, right? They've mistransformed it or something like that, and it could actually affect the way certain consumers say, "Oh, I don't like the way that looks." And you know what? There was no explanation as to why the tank mode looks great, but the airplane mode doesn't look good, right? And then shown in a specific light, it can actually turn people off from actually purchasing those products. So, in my opinion, I didn't want I went too long with this, but in my opinion, Hasbro needs to rein this in. Hasbro really needs to start checking with their partners to figure out where these leaks are coming from, because it's not good. It is not good for the industry. Barry, yeah, I agree with you on the G Nestle. What? What's a G Nestle? Sorry, Barry. That one went right over my head. I don't know what you're talking about. Noodle Commando, gotta get some grub. We'll back in a few. Good to see you. Thanks, Noodle. See you soon. Fizzle G, hey Fizzle G, what's going on, brother? Barry, sorry, Jin Erzo. I got her back in 2006 at Fan Expo, the exclusive. Uh, cool. They had an exclusive Jin Erzo at Fans Expo. I've never heard of that. Well, you know better than I do, Barry. Jabbar, back in 2006, WWE Monday Night Raw, John Cena and The Edge mentioned He-Man, Skeletor, and She-Ra. If you want the link, I'll send it to you. I appreciate that, Jabbar, but no, it's okay. Share the link with everybody else. But for me, I'm not that interested. But you know what? It was probably foreshadowing because in 2019 the Masters of the WWE Universe came out. So there you go. Barry Allen. Yeah, I agree and I hear what you're saying, but I'm not going to mention that. And other channels are reviewing Hasbro lines months in advance. And this is the problem, though, Barry. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There's a major leak happening somewhere, and it needs to be addressed at the source, right? And I will, I'm going to get into the next portion of what I'm trying to say because the channels who are getting these things, I have a very specific opinion on whether or not it's ethical or not, and I'll explain myself. Barry, and if they're in China, that's one of the reasons why they're getting the months or early in Malaysia or any other Asian country. I get it, I understand that, but like I said, if it's coming out the back door, if it's being illicitly sold off, right, through multiple channels, right, um, Hasbro's got to figure out how to stop that, right? They really do. Whether it's penalties on the company, who manufacture these things, or it's removing those companies from being utilized entirely, right? It hurts in the short term, but at the end of the day, it really is an embarrassment. This is a public embarrassment for a major multi-billion-dollar company. But that's just my opinion, right? You guys, everyone's entitled to their own opinion on that level. All right, so um, let's dial this back a little bit. So a couple of channels have already been mentioned on the stream. I haven't mentioned them personally, but I will say this. I will say this. Okay. Um, because I've been asked personally a couple times. What I've been asked personally a couple times. What is my position on and the words? Sorry, these are not my words. These are actually the words that people have written to me. You know, what do I feel about people stealing products and reviewing them early? I'll say this, okay? And of course, as I mentioned earlier, what are my opinions on early leaked photos and things like that, right? Well, here's what I have to say about that. And I said this on last night's stream as well. Everybody on YouTube is trying to get noticed by the algorithm. I'm trying to get noticed by the algorithm. Any YouTubers out there are trying to get noticed by the algorithm. Okay. And what tends to happen is if you're the first one out the gate with some news, of any kind, whether it's celebrity news, movie news, um, video game news, and now action figure news, right? If you are the first out the gate, your channel potentially can grow because millions of people, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people potentially can actually find out about that piece of information specifically through your channel, right? And even if they don't, the people who use your information usually give you credit for it, or a little bit of backtracking people will be able to figure out that you were the one who did it, right? I've been asked multiple times now. What is my opinion on those people who actually uh, you know do these things, right? Who are channels that actually are able to obtain these things and actually showcase them on their channel. Is it theft, right? Is it poor? Is it a poor idea? Is it a bad idea? Is it something that they should be ashamed of themselves for doing? Well, I go back to the original statement that I had. YouTubers and people who are trying to get noticed by YouTube and by the rest of the world, we are all trying to figure out how to make the YouTube algorithm, like our content and suggest it out to as many people as possible. And everyone's trying to do something different. Everybody's trying to do something which gets them noticed. My basic fallback and my basic position on this is, and I hate, and you can take this for what it's worth, but this is the way I feel about it. Guys, if you're able to figure out something that no one else has been able to figure out, even if people consider it to be, poor taste or possibly even theft, right? Or whatever it is, right? If you're able to get away with that on YouTube, if YouTube doesn't actually penalize you for what you're doing, and it's actually rewarding you and by helping your videos get searched and people are watching it, you are literally providing a service to people out there who want to watch your channel, right? Who want to watch that type of information. And you know what? In my personal opinion, right? And again, you can take this as you can take this as you will. The way I think about this is if you can get away with it, then you know what? All the power to you. But on the flip side of that, if something happens to you because of that, you get a copyright strike, your channel gets taken down, you are taken to task by the community. You know what I mean? Who really does not appreciate what you've done as a whole, right? That's on you because you're the one who decided to do those things. Okay, but my position on whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't really care, right? If you are able, right, as a YouTuber or as an influencer or anybody else who provides entertainment content to people to consume, right? If you are able to get away with showcasing items which are not even available yet or have not even been announced yet, if you're able to get away with that, you know what? Bravo, you did it. You did it. You got your 100,000 likes or your 100,000 or your 100,000 views, a million views, whatever it is. Congratulations, you did it. But as I said, whatever happens after, that is something you're going to have to deal with, right? And again, like I said, if you get a copyright strike, right, then that's on you. If the community jumps on you for actually doing what you did, that's on you. If Hasbro comes down on you and says, "Hey, if you ever do this again, we're going to make sure that you're going to regret it," right? And I'm not saying that that's actually what happened, but all I'm saying is if whatever the fallout is for doing something like this, right? You better be prepared to deal with those consequences, deal with the fallout, if you will, right? But if you can get away with it and nobody does anything to you, you know what? Great. Congratulations, you made it. You did the impossible, right? Because right now the YouTube algorithm and the what you have to go through in order to get your video on YouTube, it's getting narrower and narrower and narrower because they keep for everything that somebody complains about, a new restriction comes up, a new requirement for actually putting up a video is tacked on to content creators. So, are you helping content creators? Are you helping yourself by showcasing something or doing something perceived to be illicit, right? And then if it's perceived to be illicit by the property owner, right? Will they come down on you and will they actually start telling YouTube, you got to stop this because it's ruining our business, right? Those are the consequences which we have to deal with as a community afterwards, right? So it's just one of those things. Are you doing a good thing for the community or are you actually helping to bring the community down and in turn bring YouTube that's that much closer to being able to regulate our content? That's scary. Here in Canada, there are multiple things that are happening in motion, which I'm not going to mention, because again, it's just something I don't even care about really. But I do make myself aware of it. Okay, that's very important. There are things being proposed where they want us to submit for appropriateness in video topics. That's ridiculous, right? In my opinion, and I'm not going to get too far into that, but it does happen, and these are the things that happen because people have decided to do certain things which other entities, right, governments, regulators, people who just view them as not appropriate, uh, have piped up a little bit and said, "Hey, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that." Right, and this is a slippery slope that we all have to be aware of, right? But the thing is that for me personally, as a content creator, my position has always been, if you can get away with it, you know what, good on you, right? But again, what happens afterwards? Like, are we all going to suffer because of your actions, right? There's the problem, right? And are you going to be taken to task because of what happened? So that in and of itself is where I stand in terms of um what's going on with these people who are able to obtain these things and then put them out well ahead of time. For me, it's not really a big deal. I really don't care. It's cool if I want to consume that content, I will. If I don't, I'll just ignore it. but there are consequences that happen after the fact. It might not happen now. It might happen a month from now, a year from now, whatever. But they compound, and they do start to affect everybody else around you. So my only thing that I have to say about the whole situation is, if you're going to do these things, great, do them, whatever. Make your channel relevant. That's fine. But just be aware that everybody around you might be affected because of what you're doing, right? That's where I'm going to put that up, right? So Barry, I hope that helps you understand my headspace in terms of where I am on that level, because I really do think that although people are able to do whatever they want, people are free to do whatever they want, there are consequences to what you do, and you have to be aware of that, and you have to be careful, and you have to think about, and you know what, not that anyone does, but you really should think about what it's going to do to the rest of the community, going forward. Anyway, I went on a huge soapbox right there, but it is what I believe is important on that level. Toy Bandit, thank you so much, Toy Bandit. I really appreciate your support. Red Hood G4 2.0. Hey, what's going on, Red Hood? Good to see you, my friend. Noodle Commando. I understand why they want to review them, even if they had early access. I just like getting to see these toys because Hasbro takes too long to show them when they clearly have finalized the product samples. I can appreciate that, Noodle Commando, and you know what? I do appreciate seeing these figures well ahead of time. It's just my opinion that in terms of properties that are owned by companies, they need to figure out what they're doing, because if somebody's doing their job for them, who's not properly associated with them, that's an embarrassment. That is just damn embarrassing. It's ridiculous. James Shapiro. Hey, James, what's going on? Hey, Geeks, what's up? Old IT guy. For the price we pay, I would expect better than the dollar store quality for NECA. But sadly, I'll still buy them. LOL. Oh my God, that's crazy. I know, right? And that's the problem. We know enough people who will buy them anyway. And with that, they profit. I totally agree with you, old IT guy. It seems to be that everyone wants these amazing figures because of the sculpts, the way they look. They're just the nostalgia that's behind them. But should we reward NECA for that? Right? It's tough. It's tough because they look so good. They look so amazing. James, to be fair, the early reviews are free marketing for Hasbro. If they want control over the narrative, Hasbro should have more regular community engagement, making early reviews superfluous. I don't disagree with what you're saying, James. I don't. But my standing point is that it's freaking embarrassing, right? You're allowing other people to literally get these wherever they're getting from, right? And acknowledging pretty much that you have a problem, that your products are actually out in the wild and people are able to get their hands on them. That is a public embarrassment, and it's really it's in many ways it's just terrible. It's just embarrassing. Barry, you guys are having conversation. 22 people in the chat only. So come on, show the love. Thank you, Barry. I appreciate that. James, still getting through antibiotics. My godfather passed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, James. My thoughts go out to you, brother. I hope you feel better, and again, my condolences on your loss. I'm sorry to hear that, James. Positive vibes your way, my friend. I feel for you and your family during this difficult time. I'm sorry to hear that. Chaz the Guru. Hey, Chaz, what's going on, brother? How's it going? Love your memes, man. Love them. Awesome stuff. If you guys haven't checked out Chaz the Guru on Instagram, definitely head over there and give him a like and a follow. Awesome stuff. Red Hood, I like your videos. Thank you, Red Hood. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks for watching them. Barry, yeah, there's another guy here who gets McFarlane DC Multiverse early from McFarlane to review them and says McFarlane sends them to him. But that's different, Barry. That's different. If McFarlane sends you official review copies, then you're good to go. That's something you just don't need to worry about. But okay, let's just go. I'm just going to go ahead and say Blitzwing was never even announced. Like he was not even he was on a leaked list, and there's another problem. He was on a leaked list of releases for next year. But you know what? He was never even publicly officially announced. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, bang! There's a review of the actual figure in hand, right? No packaging, no nothing, but full review with these gigantic hands, which made no sense. I'm not even sure that they're actually part of the figure. That's very, very strange. But yeah, that is just irresponsibility and poor management in terms of like managing your suppliers. Something has got to stop on that. That's just bad. It's just really, really bad. Yes, James, we're all thinking about you, my friend. On that note, I've said my piece, at least for now, about what I feel about the people who are using because I've been asked multiple times. I've been asked multiple times what is my opinion on people who are able to get these things early, and is it right? And my answer again, just to put a cherry on top, my answer once again is that if you can get away with it, go for it, right? But be careful, because what happens is if something comes your way after the fact, you deal with that, right? That's my opinion. I'm going to move on from there. So this weekend, sorry, the last couple of weeks, so many different things have been unveiled, and we're just gonna get it come out with it. Blitzwing, as I said earlier, he came out of nowhere, literally. A couple of leak lists said he might be going up, but again, you can't really trust leak lists. We ended up finding a huge, basically a full figure review in hand, transformation, part count, everything about it. And you know what? For the most part, because of the reviewer who did it, it was done with with a lot of polish, and it was actually well done. And I applaud the effort put into that. Um, this week, sorry, a few days ago, we got the first look through a Korean website for Motormaster's box art. So this is a little bit different. It's just the box art, and it still can be changed. It might actually be a fake. There are these are things which are possibilities, but it does fall into question what's going on over at Hasbro. How are these things getting out? Like that's something that's not even a production sample. It's not something that you can just grab from a factory and showcase. No, this is a pre-production artwork. Who's leaking these things? Right? Where are they coming from? Right? These are the questions that need to be answered, and Hasbro's got to rein this stuff in. Because honestly, this is going to be a continual problem going on in the future. Now, you can always argue that this is good advertising for Hasbro, but is it really? Because now the community is actually starting to get on their high horse, saying, this is embarrassing, right? Like, seriously, what's going on, Hasbro? Like, get your shit together. Like, that seems to be the certain members of the community seem to be harping on that. And you know what? I'm not exactly in that boat, but at the same time, I do agree. I can't disagree. You know what I mean? Like in my opinion, these things should be properly announced, right? Um, if they got onto the wild every now and then, they squeak by here and there, I'd be like, okay, fine. That was a bit of somebody made a mistake. But constantly, right? Whether it's a mistake by Walmart releasing figures into the wild when they shouldn't have, and people get a hold of them, take pictures, and do reviews. That's one thing, okay? That's mistakes by your retail partners. That can be forgiven. But then when you have, box art which is being released, figures that are coming out that have not even been announced, right? These are the things that's really concerning, right, and need to be addressed. In my opinion. Um, after so we've had Blitzwing, we've had what's it called Motormaster. Very, very cool to see both of those. Just in terms of confirmation, if you will, that these things are real, right? Yesterday, though, we had something which was a bombshell for anybody who's a GI Joe classified series collector. Yes, indeed, that guys. Pardon me. Before I continue, cheers, everybody. All right, so let's get into it, guys. For real this time. Yeah, thanks to the Full Force podcast, guys. If you haven't checked them out, definitely go check them out on YouTube and of course their Facebook page. They cover everything GI Joe, and honestly, it's a really enjoyable podcast. You guys will not regret it. Yeah, they dropped a bombshell on us with pictures of what appears to be because these are not confirmed. These are not confirmed. Pictures of what appeared to be. Oh my god, guys! Oh, jeez. It appears to be a deluxe version of Dr. Mindbender, Holy crap! This basically threw everybody for a loop. This came out of absolutely freaking nowhere, and not only that, it is number 43 in a deluxe package. Um, yeah, what the heck? This is exactly what a lot of us are wondering, and um, yeah, it's just it's just scary to think that out of nowhere these packaging images and actual real images. Thankfully, they've already showed the digital renders, but it's just scary to think that these things are being showcased now, and not officially through the proper channels. That's my opinion. Okay, that's my opinion. Having said that, this looks absolutely insane. I can't believe what we're seeing here. Let's take a deeper dive into this, guys. Holy crap! There we go. Dr. Mindbender's deluxe packaging. Now, it should be noted that this is definitely a deluxe package. It's got a swing. It appears to have a slip off sleeve on the front with Dr. Mindbender in a wonderful painted scene. Looks amazing. GI Joe branding, Hasbro. But on the inner sleeve, we have what appears to be a cobra in an almost DNA sequence kind of design. Beautiful technique. I love whoever the designer was on this. Bravo. That's just gorgeous. I love the way it looks, and it is, of course, it looks like it's a set of ironclad doors. Seriously, this is just straight decadence in terms of like what we get for any sort of GI Joe figure. But that also leads me to believe that this is going to be a one-off type of thing. This is going to be something for San Diego Comic Con, Hasbro PulseCon, those types of events, because I don't think we're going to see a lot of these things. The packaging design alone is going to cost a mint, right? And it's following the same tradition of the Zartan in disguise kind of special packaging, right? The deluxe figures. So unfortunately, I don't think this is going to go to retail. Um, if you think about Crocmaster and Fiona, it's a window box. You know what I mean? It's very simple in terms of the way it's designed. It's not supposed to be something which it's very similar to the what's it called commando set for Timber and Snake Eyes, right? It's got a windowed box. And you can easily see it. This is not one of those types of packages. It's got a slip cover on the side. It's got a gatefold box design, which is just crazy in terms of its overall presentation, right? That's just crazy. And you know what? It brings to mind this Hasbro Pulse exclusive again. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It brings to mind this Hasbro Pulse exclusive for Supreme Cobra Commander, right? Snake Supreme Cobra Commander, where you here's a slip cover, right? Again, this is exactly what it is. Here's the slip cover. You slip it right off, right? And then it has this packaging design, which is just absolutely insane. You basically crack it open, and it reveals the figure inside. That is insane. The research, the tool and die for this alone, and the engineering behind this cost way more to produce than any figure in the line. So these are very special releases for these figures. And if you can get your hands on them, consider yourself lucky, because again, they're very few, you know, in the wild, if you will. And in certain cases, some people have had a hard time getting them. Hey, Cor, can you hand me the Serpentor? Sorry, the Zartan. Um, yeah, these special edition figures are usually only for San Diego Comic Con or like I said, Hasbro PulseCon. And these two releases so far, in particular, were Hasbro PulseCon exclusives, right? So you have your Zartan Master Disguise. It's got again like a gimmick, which in the packaging, which really it's never been done before, right? But what a wonderful gimmick it is, right? And you have the wonderful window box and the dreadnoughts, on the side. But these are boxes which are usually reserved for special events, right? Special releases, right? So that leads me to believe, as well as multiple other YouTubers, that this particular version is going to be something for a convention of some sort. That this is going to be for San Diego Comic Con, Hasbro Pulse, New York Comic Con, something along those lines. So, what does that mean? That means it's going to be a fight. That means it's going to be a fight to get these things. That means you're going to have to get up early if you're on the if you're Central, right, and Eastern time, you're going to be able to do it at 1 o'clock, right? But this is going to be a struggle to get. And it what really makes it kind of frustrating is that these things are all these releases are numbered, right? That to me is probably the most tragic part about it. So if you are a completionist, right? This is the hardest part about that. If you're a completionist and you did not secure Master Disguise Zartan here, right? That means that you have a gap in your collection. Number 31 will never show up in your collection again unless you bought him in the secondary market, which is damn expensive, right? Same thing with Cobra Supreme Commander over here. Same idea there, and of course, same idea here with Dr. Mindbender. This is going to be a huge problem for many people who want to complete their collection. In my opinion, this is crazy. But besides that, the overall presentation is incredible. I love the slipcover case; it just looks gorgeous, right? I love the DNA sequenced Cobra insignias, just beautiful. Oh my god, chef's kiss, right? You gotta be careful with that. The back of the box is the full version of the mural. You know what? I'll just touch up on a few things here because we have a lot to talk about here. But you can see where Dr. Mindbender falls within the mythos of the G.I. Joe lore. You know, we see here the DNA sequencing very much the way it showed up in the cartoon, right? We see Cobra raiding historical sites all over the world. We see you know the maturation chambers hosting all of the DNA. It's a little bit more fantasy like because it seems like he's actually taken the actual bones of each of history's greatest leaders, right? We see Atlantis here, and we see here something which we're definitely going to get into and talk expand on what this is. But it's a wonderful, wonderful mural. I love the design. I love the painting. Whoever did this, bravo! You like way over the top. Definitely brings in that madness, that mad that mad scientist motif in freaking incredible. He looks absolutely stunning. And here we get a glimpse as to what's inside of the package for the first time. Actually, you know what? I moved too quickly. So, if we look at the way this box is situated here, it seems as if there's a gate which actually opens up. So instead of it being like this with Zartan, where he has a single gate which opens up like a book, like that. Instead, Dr. Mindbender appears to have a box design where the sorry, I did it wrong. Seems to have a box which actually opens up like a gate, right? So it actually opens up like this, right? It actually folds open. I'm doing it backwards from. Sorry, it folds open like this, right? So if I'm the figure, you get to see me when the gate opens. So that's excellent. That's incredible. Love that concept. My hat is tipped to whoever the packaging designer was. What a wonderful piece of design right there. And once you do fold open the box, we get to see this wonderful layout of a mad scientist's lair. And here we see the back of the back of the first door. Pardon me. It has some ventilation. It has the Mars logo. Very interesting. Mars obviously is very significant in the GI Joe universe. We see a blaster here, and these are very fuzzy pictures, so take that with a grain of salt. So we see a blaster here. We see a what appears to be an electronic gun, probably hooks up to something from his lab. And if we move over to the other side of the door, we see another small sidearm, and we see two different DNA hosting chambers. So if you remember in the cartoon, these were the chambers that actually held the DNA material in some sort of liquid to preserve them and to keep them fresh so that they could be used in the overall creation of Dr. Mindbender's greatest scientific achievement. And then, if we go to the actual portion where Dr. Mindbender is sitting, this is beautiful. It actually looks as if he's actually inside, like literally encased in a maturation chamber of his own. He literally looks like this. In reality, this should be somebody else, but it looks like he's actually on inside of a maturation chamber. And then surrounding him the arms which are holding on to everything else, which he can use for his experiments. Hard to tell what these items are. I'll probably get a better look at them on the other side. But this looks like an injection gun of some sort. This looks like some sort of apparatus which holds, or I guess it's hard to tell with this picture. We're gonna have to look at the other pictures. Here is a skull wrapped with wrappings on it, almost as if it's come from Egypt. An Egyptian mummy. Here we have an actual brain with multiple syringes. What is going on? This is one crazy scientist right here. And here we have a shriveled hand, a severed shriveled hand. Just absolutely crazy nuts. I really shudder to think what the good doctor, actually, I can't call him a good doctor, what the evil doctor, goes through, and what actual machinations go through his head. Absolutely maniacal. Insane. And if we take a look at this shot where we see we actually get a bit of a better look. First of all, the packaging, of course, and a better look at what these items are. So the first item seems to be a serum injection gun. So we can see we can see the what's it called, the medicine or whatever vial that is on the back. You insert it and then you make it. It actually shoots whatever formula into your neck or whatever or what have you. So that's this gun, which is very, very unique to Dr. Mindbender. We see Dr. Mindbender actually has soft goods cape. Love the way he's designed. Looks exactly the way he did, and even better in my opinion, even with these low resolution shots than the digital render, of course. He has that crazy electronic gun, which I say it that way because it reminds me of the Biter Frankenstein, the two spires that are usually on top of inside of Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory, right? Those gigantic, long, I'm going to call them hooker boots because I think they look like hooker boots to me. Yeah, he looks like an exotic dancer, really. Don't you guys think so? Doesn't Mindbender look like a Chippendales dancer? Say I'm not wrong. Come on, go ahead. Say it. Say I'm wrong. Say I'm wrong, guys. Say it. We have that skull, which looks like it's had a part of its head cut open, wrapped in a shroud. This possibly is the brain case that's actually came out of there, which is scary to think. And I'm wondering if this actually inserts to there from the back. That would be damn scary. We have the 4 syringes, or they could be maybe spine segments. I don't know. I'm thinking that they're syringes. And then we have a hose of sorts. Hello, where'd you go? We have what looks like to be a hose attachment, which I believe hooks up to one of these vials, right, which holds the DNA material. Or possibly this canister. Maybe that's actually what it is. Maybe this canister is what hooks up to this hose. That actually seems to make more sense to me. And a shriveled hand. Just absolutely insane. Now, here comes something. Let's take a look at the last picture. Sorry, that's a better picture. I don't know why I was examining the other one. So yeah, there we go. Everything that comes with Dr. Mindbender, so crazy. These now looking at them again, I think these are actually DNA additional DNA syringes. So yeah, definitely trying to take away some of the DNA material. The shriveled hand, those 2 flasks. I'm pretty sure this is a flask which hooks up to this hose. Oh, just crazy, just absolutely nuts. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe this. I believe this brain actually fits into this skull, and you can actually see it through this cutout, which would be absolutely insane. Now, these are just my opinions, but yeah, absolutely nuts. But now comes the question. In my mind, anyway. Now comes the question in my mind. Knowing that knowing what we're getting here with this Dr. Mindbender, so this is what we get, Dr. Mindbender. We get a shriveled hand. We get a shriveled hand. We get 2 DNA vials. We get a hose. Maybe it's a flamethrower with a canister. 4 small syringes. a brain a brain with a skull. Okay, so that's about what is that? That's about seven items so far. And then you get an extra gun and a needle a handheld needle injector. So that's nine objects, right? That's 9 objects if my math is correct, because I'm kind of dumb that way. Now he comes in a wonderful case, right? Wonderful design case, but I want to know how much this guy costs, because we have Deluxe Zartan here, right? And what does he come with? Oh, man. Look at all this crap that Zartan comes with. He comes with what is it? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. That's his own head. 4, 5, 6 additional heads, including his own. Sorry. Well, no, let's do it again. He comes with 3 masks, and he comes with 3 masks, 4 if you include the skull, and 2 additional swapped heads. So that's a lot of heads. Then he comes with arguably he comes with his cowl. He comes with what's it called his handkerchief. He comes with a quiver of arrows, a bow and arrow from the Arashikage clan. He comes with a long rifle, and he also comes with a small rifle and a knife, and he comes with a backpack to hold multiple masks. I don't know about you, but that seems like a hell of a lot more than nine items, right? And a wonderful, box which twirls around like this. So now we get this guy. He comes with arguably really, really small items. These seem relatively small. If you stand him up to his items, you can actually see they don't really take up much room. Whereas when you put Zartan all together with his items, geez Louise, his items literally overcrowd him. He is literally taking it he's literally overwhelmed by all of his accessories, right? Whereas I don't see the same with Dr. Mindbender, right? Now you can argue he's got soft goods, he's got hooker boots, he's got he's got a bare chest, he's got all that great stuff, and a whole bunch of accessories. But I certainly hope that he still comes in at a slightly lesser price point than what our dear friend the Zartan came in at, because honestly, this guy came in at a pretty damn good price for a deluxe figure with all these damn accessories. I'm just now wondering what this guy is going to cost when he comes to the market, especially considering that we now have inflation to deal with. So interesting, food for thought, just crazy. Having said that, I'm excited. I'm super excited for this guy. I do love what he comes with. Honestly, he does look like he comes with a lot of great stuff. His overall mythos in his history with the G.I. Joe brand cannot be denied. He is an absolute must-have figure for any G.I. Joe fan, honestly. And I really am excited to get to see him in action figure form. So super, super excited about this. He looks absolutely stunning. Just absolutely insane. All right. Wow. The chat just exploded. Let me try and catch up with you guys here. All right. Rarican 33. ¿Cómo está, Jay? Hello, guys. ¿Cómo está, pare? How are you doing? ¿Cómo está? Barry Allen. Jay, what are your opinions on KO Transformers and the third party? Do you think Hasbro should be doing something about that? If they were going to do something about that, Barry, they would have done it years ago. They still haven't, and I don't think, as you said earlier, I don't think they care. It's just too much trouble to actually go after a company in a different country that really is not affecting their market, apparently, right? Even though Hasbro does masterpiece Transformers, it seems like they have no trouble selling them. And these KO companies are filling a void, which seems to be, very, very much apparent. But it also seems that whenever an official version comes out of a KO of a masterpiece Transformer, people buy them anyway. It just seems that people really there's enough. It looks like there's enough room for both to exist in that consumer space, which is scary. That is very, very scary. James and Rai are having a great conversation. Rerun trading 15th like. Thank you so much, Rerun. Thanks for keeping track of that. That's awesome. Old IT guy. Somebody needs to think Hasbro's discount codes. Good idea, bro. That's actually pretty neat. I would rather have that leak than certain things, but I am happy that these did show up. Truthfully, Barry or Takar Tommy taking going after third party companies like making Transformers. You know what? I don't. If they again one more time, Barry. If they haven't done it by now, they're never going to do it. That's just the way it is. Ryback's working from home, which is awesome. Old IT guy from James. You get a 5% discount, which only applies after they jack up the price by 10%. That seems to be a recurring theme. Fizzle G can't wait to get Mindbender. He looks amazing, doesn't he? Ryback Mindbender looks good, but the release will be what 2023? Maybe not. If it's anything like Zartan here, remember last year these actually got leaked. A lot of the photos from the factory got leaked. As a matter of fact, someone from Singapore actually got a whole shipment of these weeks before anybody even knew about them, and these were supposed to be the secret releases for San Diego Comic Con, which then ended up getting moved over to Hasbro PulseCon. And that was the big story behind these, right? So it's my opinion that Dr. Mindbender is a San Diego Comic Con exclusive or the next Hasbro PulseCon exclusive that was never supposed to be released, right? He was supposed to be a secret release as the exclusives for those conventions, and now everybody knows that they're coming. So guys, get ready. Check your Walmart's. Sorry. Check. Be sure to get ready because it's going to be a war. It's going to be a war to get these guys. 100%. Ryback Tiger Force has been released in the UK. Woo! Wonderful. Good for them. James, probably 2023 based on what early wave pre-orders are set for. Yeah, but I think this one is a Comic-Con exclusive or Hasbro Pulse exclusive, similar to what happened here. I think that's actually the case, in my opinion. Robert Cat, I need that Supreme Coco. Yeah, I know he's so hard to get now, right? He does look amazing too. It's just crazy. Jabbar, the artwork of Dr. Mondevere looks like Alex Ross's work. Oh, maybe you're right. I do have to say though, it looks a little bit different. Maybe it's in his style. I don't think it's actually Alex Ross though. I could be wrong. You just never know. James, Robert Ken, so do I, but not at eBay prices. I know, stupid. Like it can be tough to actually get your hands on any of these exclusive. That Supreme Coco, all of them. Robert Ken, James, the last classified I received was last December. Bat and the Alley Viper. Oh, so great! And you got them early back in December. People were still fighting for them. People were still hoping for them. That's awesome, right, Ken? James, I still haven't seen a Bat or Alley Viper in the wild. Been so long, I'm questioning if I want the Alley Viper. Well, he does look interesting in person. I'll put it that way, James. Saw the Supreme Coco here for sale for $64 Canadian. That's not too bad. That's actually not a bad. It's not the price you want to pay, but it's not as bad as what I've seen on eBay. James, I did get my Marvel Legends Captain America 2-pack along with the Chris Evans and Anthony Mackie are becoming Cobra soldiers if the heads fit. That's funny. Awesome stuff. Good pickup. Robert Ken, I went to the mall last weekend. On the shelves are bare. There's nothing new. I asked the manager. There is no new shipment for consignee of Hasbro. Unfortunately, that is the reality of shipments across the world these days. I reckon. Chaz the Guru, Full Force Podcast got the images from In Demand Toys in the UK, so they must have gotten the green light from Hasbro. That's not true. That is not true, Chaz. That is not true. Not necessarily. Anyway, I know a lot of companies that have just spilled the beans intentionally and worked out the consequences later. I've seen that happen multiple times. I don't, and it's one of those things. As I said, a press release, the proper channels of releasing these photos, that's important. This is something that needs to be said. My opinion, to be honest with you, Chaz the Guru, is in my opinion, I think that these were up for early solicitation to certain vendors, and when you're buying products for your store, you need to be able to see what you're buying. So the photos were probably sent out in a purchasing catalog, and yeah, for whatever reason, Demand and Toys decided, you know what, these look awesome. We're going to tell everybody about it. That's my opinion. If I'm proven wrong later, so be it. But for now, I don't think that these were intentionally put out on the market. It just doesn't seem right. It seems very, very, very similar to what happened with this guy. Seriously, it's almost like history is repeating itself. Now, there is the conspiracy theory, which says that Hasbro is letting these people leak them out intentionally, right? Make it like encouraging them to leak them out intentionally to drum up that excitement. That would be an interesting marketing move, I have to admit. Viral marketing in that sense, very, very interesting. And you know what? It seems to be working. So, Chaz, that might be the way they're doing it, which would be very, very interesting. And if that's the case, then you know what? They're smarter than I am. That much is true. James, toy production distribution might be set back a bit again. Pandemic hit hard in China right now. Yeah, it just keeps happening. It's just crazy. Chaz, at least you were able to get these in the wild in Canada. In the U.S. can only get these exclusives of Pulse from Pulse if we're lucky. Yeah, it is pretty amazing that these came from GameStop Canada. That is pretty freaking amazing. And you know what? Once in a while, the little guy. Sometimes because we're the smaller of the markets, so once in a while we get a break, which was awesome. And some of them got out on the street early, like that one. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. Right, Ken. I got General Selects, Ramjet, Transmutate, Metal, Marvel Legends Hand Ninja, Marvel Legends Magneto, and Marvel Legends X-Men Xavier, all on clearance. Sweet, that is so awesome. Congratulations, Right, Ken. That is one hell of a pickup. James, the Dr. Mindbender is a solid deluxe figure with a great box. Just don't love the character. I'm so likely passing. You can't take those hooker boots, James. You can't take those hooker boots. Crazy, brother. Crazy. Don't be like that, man. Don't be like that. I'm kidding. Chaz, we should be getting the Serpentor announced soon. His helmet is on the back, and the Joe team dropped a lot of hints on the last live stream. I hear you. I really do. And we're gonna go through that in a little bit. James, Raricat 33, nice pickup. Excellent. Chaz, this figure is a must-have. One to open and one to keep unboxed. That is the plan. If you can get your hands on them. James, Chaz the Guru, I kind of hated Serpentor too, but might buy him if he's offered. That's interesting, James. You are very selective with your figures, and you know what? I respect that. I respect that. Barry, $100 Canadian for Mindbender. I don't think so. I I honestly don't think so. Deluxe Zartan here was $62.99. Even with inflation, I'm thinking $80. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking $80 for the deluxe version. That's what I imagine. Which is not too is not is only $20 removed from those are going back. It's only $20 removed from $100. Right, but it is what it is, right? James, Barry Allen, nah, they won't hit Mexico prices. 60 to 60 easy. 60 to, I'm thinking that's 60 to 50 to 60. No, James, these are going to be 60 to 80. These are going to be 60 to 80 just based on this sticker. Just based on this sticker from the last deluxe release, these are going to be 60 to 80. Okay, I think it's 80. I'm thinking that Dr. Mindbender will probably be $80. Chaz, James, Surrender will likely come with the air chariot. Yes, that would be so awesome. That would be so awesome. In the words of Prime versus Prime, that's so awesome, so awesome. Yes, so awesome, just crazy. MSI one, $45 plus tax. Prices went up in the U.S. Yes, but we're Canadians and we're discussing the Canadian price. The Nathan Bone Show. Hey Nathan, what's going on, brother? Do you think the Mindbender will be an exclusive? I do believe so. I mentioned that earlier. I've been mentioning it for quite some time now. I believe Dr. Mindbender will be a San Diego Comic Con exclusive or possibly a Hasbro PulseCon exclusive. James, I hope he's wide distribution like Commando, Snake Eyes, and Timber. No, I don't think so. Not with these exclusive types of box art. I don't think so. If you do have a Timber and Snake Eyes Commando set, you'll notice that it's just a simple cellophane box, design. There's no, you know what? Give me 1 second. I think I have one. Let me see if I can demonstrate what I'm talking about. Come here, Nance. Where did you go? Oh man. No, I don't have it. Yeah. No, I don't. I'm fine with it. They're not here. Damn it. Where are my commandos? Oh, my commandos are missing. They're downstairs. Anyway, trust me, they're in a window box. Where'd you go? Damn you all. No, it's not there. Good job. Anyway, I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna bring this as an example so you guys know what the hell I'm talking about. So just to, oh no, you know what? There it is. I'll do it that way. There's a good example. I should have done that in the first place. Yeah, the Timber Commando set is very similar to. Give me a breaker. Don't run away. The Timber Commando set is very similar to. So, the Timber Commando set is very similar to the deluxe, like these deluxe sets. Okay, they have a singular cellophane window, and the rest of the box, design around it, right? So this is what I believe is going to be the general release. Okay, so we're probably going to get a general release of Dr. Mindbender like this, right? Possibly, right? But the special edition box that we see there is, in my opinion, is going to be the San Diego Comic-Con or PulseCon exclusive edition. That's my opinion. I can always be proven wrong. Happy to be proven wrong, but in my opinion, I think that's probably the case, especially considering the timing. The timing is pretty much what's happening, because Dr. Mindbender is slated for 2023. But the fact, much like what happened with this Zartan, around the time where the conventions were starting to show up, we started seeing leaks of this figure. So it stands to reason that that's exactly what's happening now. I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that that's actually a general release and we all get him. That'll be sick. That'll be awesome. But in my opinion, I think we're gonna have to fight for him. That just seems to be the way it is with these exclusives. MIS1, he's going to be released again in the classified line for retail. That's what I believe. I believe that too. Barry Allen, Jay, what new Star Wars vintage collection figures did you pre-order that was announced on the 6th? Well, I did a whole review on them. Shea Vizsla, number 1. I definitely want to get Shea Vizsla. I want to get Jesse. I definitely want to get Jesse. 100%. I want Jesse. No, bar none. I want Jesse so badly. I think that's it. I think those are the ones I absolutely must have. The other ones are kind of up in the air. I don't need a band member. I don't need. This was announced. I can't remember anymore. Anyway, those are the ones that I really really want. Those two figures right there. Robert Ken. If that would be the case, they'll have a regular release of Mindbender. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. James, I don't even think SDCC. I don't even think of SDCC offerings. You might be right. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I've been to San Diego Comic-Con so often. It's the first thing I think of. Robert Ken, I pre-ordered Sergeant Krell. Sergeant Krell. Yeah, that's another one I want. But he's a Black Series figure. The dark side got to me. Yes, the dark side gets to all of us. Chaz, despite not liking Serpentor or Mindbender, the feature in one I is one of my favorites. Are comic book moments. Serpentor relates in a memory to Mindbender on how pizza was invented. That's true. That is true. That's hilarious. Okay, that just jumped. What the heck? Barry, Jay, if I get Mindbender, I'll sell you the brain. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Well, you don't have to sell me anything, bro. I'm not looking to buy it. Renegade, hey, Jay and all. Hey, Renegade, what's going on? James, hey, yep, everyone's saying hi. Barry, Jay, could you see Serpentor being over $100 or over? Depends. That Air Chariot is pretty extensive, but I think they'll sell him much like they do with the. It's going to be a vehicle. It's going to be a vehicle. So no, I don't think. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just say it. No, I don't think so. It's going to be very much like a a Cobra Baroness with Cobra Coil, and a Breaker with Ram Cycle. It's a vehicle figure combo. So because of that, it's probably going to get up to 75, maybe $80 here in Canada, right? It's probably $60 US. Renegade, hey James, how's it going? No, everyone's talking. Hey. James, I need one of those Rams. Damn it! Yes. Right, Ken. Everyone's having a wonderful conversation. This is awesome. Barry, Jesse is sold out on EB Games. Well, they're all sold out on EB Games now. Okay. That's fast. I'm gonna have to see if I can secure it somehow. Renegade Biker. Hey Ray, I'm tired now. I was doing some work, some yard work earlier, and I have to get to the grocery store. Be safe, my friend. I hope you're doing well. James. Okay, Jay. I just saw a bunch of Star Wars Black Series crosshairs at GameSpot Fairview. I've already got 3. I don't need another one. But thanks, appreciate it, James. Everybody, if you're looking for anybody who's in Ontario, specifically the GTA, if you're looking for Star Wars Black Series crosshair, Imperial crosshair, head to GameSpot Fairview. Apparently, James has found a whole bunch. Doug Easter, Jay, what's going on, Doug? Jay, did you pick up? Oh my God, sorry, that was wrong. Ow. Jay, did you pick up any of the Power Rangers TMNT crossover figures? I would love to, but they're way too expensive. At $90 a set, I just can't do it, man. I can't. Doug, did you pick them up? $90 a set is too rich for my blood. I mean, that's $45 a figure. And not that I wouldn't pay it, but man, that is really expensive in my opinion. That's just crazy. Renegade Biker. I hope he gets, yes, of course. We all hope that for sure. Timothy K. Poindexter Jr. Esquire. Hey, brother. Hey, what's going on, Timothy? Timmy, good to see you. Raymond Chung. Hey, Raymond, what's going on, bro? Hey, Jay, sorry for not joining us late. It's okay, Raymond. You don't have to apologize. We are all human inside. All right, guys. Now, for the last part of the stream, I am going to throw up a huge spoiler warning for everybody out there. This is major spoilers. I am going to be going through. Hey, what the heck? I am going to be covering this last set of leaks. And if you're a Marvel Legends fan, heck, if you're a Marvel fan, full spoiler warning. We are going to tread very, very deeply into the Thor Love and Thunder action figures, which were leaked earlier this weekend. Spoiler warning, guys. I'm giving you the spoiler warning way ahead of time. Going to give people plenty of time to just mute their to turn away from the screen and just listen to either listen to what we're saying or not, or unfortunately watch it later. But guys, full spoiler warning ahead. Lots of characters going to be revealed in this. We're going to go ahead and take a look. I am actually very excited for this film. But I'm also an action figure enthusiast. So this leak came out just yesterday, and I'm very, very excited about what I see. We have seen a few characters from this line already, some leaks, but this is the one which is most significant in terms of this is literally the entire wave for this set. So guys, last warning, we're diving deep. We're going into this. So if anybody needs to turn off avert your eyes right now, avert them, because we're going to go in a very, very shortly. Just before that, I'm going to answer. We're going to a few more of these questions. Shane Shooter, hey Shane Shooter, good to see you, brother. I'm new to collecting. How do you get an SDCC exclusive if you can't make it to the convention? Is eBay the only way? No, Shane. Generally speaking, there is a online pre-order window which they do open up, and you have to stay away. You have to pay attention to their social media or follow my channel, follow other channels to get the latest update as to when the pre-order website is going to open up, and we'll try our best to let you know when the pre-order date is and when you have to line up to actually try your chance at getting one of these exclusives. So best of luck to you, Shane. Please, Shane, can subscribe to the channel. I'll do my best to actually get that information to everybody. Barry Allen, Jay, I pre-ordered the Mandalorian Super Commando Captain, Arc Trooper Jesse, Gaming Greats Shay Vizsla, all 2 of each, and Shay is still available. Perfect. I'll see what I can do. Hopefully, I'll be able to pick one up. James, Renegade Biker, thank you. Of course, you guys are doing awesome. Doug Easter, I got the Ralph and Tommy 2-pack, the Morph and the Morph Shredder. Nice. They weren't that much in the US though. $53 for a 2-pack and $33 for Shredder. Honestly, that's awesome. Congratulations, buddy. If they were that cheap, I'd be picking them up myself. Renegade Biker, Jay, I'm not going to go driving for Uber tonight. I have to get my vehicle to the dealership tomorrow because they didn't charge my AC on Saturday after they gave it to them for 5 hours to do it. That's just so sad. That's just sad. James, I might be screwed. I pretty much want that entire Thor wave. I know, it's crazy. It's just nuts. All right, guys, on that note, last spoiler warning. We are going deep in 3, 2, 1. Yes, the very first reveals of the Thor Love and Thunder wave have hit the interwebs. Yes, we do see the entire wave here, and holy crap, this is crazy. It's oh man, seven figures plus a Build-A-Figure. Oh my god, this is absolutely insane, guys. Let's take a deep dive into all of these figures and who we're going to be seeing in this wonderful lineup. So the first up that we see is, of course, the God of Thunder. Yes, it is Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth, Ravager Thor. So this is Thor in his Ravager outfit. He's got the ripped off shoulders. He's got the vest. He's lost his belly. So sad. I was hoping he would keep the belly. He's just a normal. He's just a normal god now. He is no longer the potbelly god that we all loved. He still wields Stormbringer. He still wields the Stormbringer, and he does come with a piece of the Build-A-Figure Korg. Awesome stuff. Love those boots. Love the jeans. Love the whole setup. Long hair, looking all jacked again as a Wonder figure. He's wearing Yggdrasil. Yes, guys, that is Yggdrasil on his shirt. Awesome stuff. Like, so great. That's awesome. So yeah, still sporting his Asgardian heritage. Wonderful stuff. Love the fact that they took him out of the packaging so we could see the whole figure. Awesome. Next up to that is, of course, Star-Lord himself. Yes, it is Chris Pine. That's not Chris Pine. Sorry. It is Star-Lord with his 2 signature blasters, his Raver getup. He's sporting a new goatee, getting some tips from Thor. Sporting the facial hair. No long, he doesn't have Gamora to yell at him for not shaving. So there he is. Standard Reaver getup. Long jacket. Burgundy motif. Got his 2 signature blasters, gifts from his dad, and the other arm of Korg. Looking so great. Awesome stuff. So these are definitely the looks that we're going to see in the movie, which is going to be awesome. It's so awesome. Just awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. On to that, we do see Valkyrie. Yes. The new king of Asgard. King or queen? I guess, she can call herself whatever she wants. But yes, there she is, the Valkyrie. I'm going to say king of Asgard right now. Yeah, so there she is, the king of Asgard. She comes with Korg's head and Korg's mace. She also comes with the Dragon's Fang, which is incredible, obviously. Love her getup. It's much more darker. It's not the silver motif she had in her last getup. This one's very, very dark, inspired with white highlights. Beautiful stuff. She also has a small knife in her boot pocket, and looks like a soft goods cape. Actually, no, it's not. No, that actually looks like it's a molded cape. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's a molded cape. Neat. All right. Sweet. All right, so that is the new king of Asgard. And then we have Groot. Yes, Teenage Groot is going to be featured in the movie, apparently. He comes with 1 long tentacle, Root. A blaster for Korg. Korg's torso and upper and lower legs, upper legs, sorry, upper legs, upper thighs, his crotch, whatever. And of course, Groot's looking all teenage like, very, very angst. And one swappable hand. Awesome stuff. Looking great. Actually, he comes with two roots. He comes with two outstretched limbs. Neat. Awesome. Excellent. Then we have Thor in battle armor. For the first time, we see his Hermes helm makes a return for the first time in a long time. We haven't seen Thor don this helmet since the very first Thor movie. This is a new stylized version of the helmet. A lot of gold on Thor now. He looks all regal, all Thorish. He's lost his pot belly. He's looking pretty godlike, honestly. So yeah, God mode, total God mode here. He's got a swappable hand, Stormbringer again, and no additional paints on Stormbringer, so that's unusual. I was hoping that it would have been a translucent Stormbringer, kind of like playing on the other God of Thunder kind of motif. He's got one splayed hand, almost as if it's gripping. Maybe he grabs somebody's face or something like that. Another slightly gripping hand for Stormbringer, and you gotta love those boots, man. Those are some blue boots. Holy crap! And he comes with a sculpted cape, gorgeous. Then we come to the elephant in the room, the one figure which we all knew was coming, the one character, the star of the show, if you will. Yes, it is. If you have, guys, this is a major spoiler. If you don't know anything about the Love and Thunder storyline, avert your ears right now. Of course, everyone has pretty much figured this out. It is the God of Thunder herself. It is Jane Foster, female Thor. A lot of people were calling her. So yes, she has the power of Thor, wielding Mjolnir. If you don't know much about this, definitely check out the comic books. Has a whole storyline on female Thor, Thor, God of Thunder. So yes, there she is. First time we're seeing Jane Foster. This is what she's gonna look like in the movie, apparently, as the God of Thunder. Wow, she looks pretty put together. Now she's gonna be one heck of a short God of Thunder, I think. She's gonna be a really, really short demigod. Wow, just crazy. Love her helmeted head, looking so great. Very reminiscent of the comics. Also comes with her swappable, Jane Foster head. Awesome stuff. Definitely, her costume is very inspired from the comic books. She looks great, and she comes with one of the legs of Korg. Actually, Thor didn't come with any parts of Korg. Okay, so very, 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 very cool. Awesome to see her here. And the last character, I'm gonna have to double check on the name. It is Gore. Okay, so the very last character in the movie is Gore. Oh no, that's not. Too early. It's Gore, the God Killer. So Gore, the God Killer, is in the movie, and as his name suggests, he kills gods. I think that it's a foregone conclusion. So he has his gigantic sword, which does kill deities. He's looking pretty crazy, man. Like honestly, he looks kind of like warrior monk-ish, just crazy. He's got those black tipped fingers because he oozes some black material. Again, I don't know enough about the character either, but he does look good here. He looks amazing. No soft goods on this guy. It doesn't look like. He looks like everything's sculpted. He's got some scarification on his face, maybe something from battles long ago, and he's got his bare feet. Very, very cool. Awesome stuff. And he comes with the other leg of Korg. And just for final reveal, somebody put Korg together. There he is. There is Korg. Perishable rock. Has all those. I don't know why rock needs fur. I've never understood that. But he's got all his armaments. Looking so badass here. Love the legs. Love the blue pants. Again, why does he need pants? But anyway, whatever. He's looking awesome. Seriously, Korg. Very funny guy. So yeah, very, very cool. And as a bonus, we get to see the side of the boxes for all the artwork, which is awesome. There we see Star-Lord, Peter, Quill. There we see the God of Thunder himself, Thor. We see Gore, all scarred up. Groot, Teenage Angst. We see the Reaver Thor with, as I said, wearing a T-shirt of Yggdrasil. Awesome stuff. We see the God of Thunder, Jane Foster, and we do see Valkyrie, King of Asgard, and it comes with. Okay, so it looks like God of Thunder Thor is double packed. Very, very cool. Is he called God of Thunder? Somebody, let's take a look. No, it's just Thor. Awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. So many leaks, so many things happening. Can't wait for these things to arrive on our doorstep. So great, just incredible. Yeah. So spoiler warning is over, guys. That was crazy. Holy crap! What a reveal! What a bunch of leaks. And you know what? I'm starting to believe what some people are thinking, that these are actually calculated leaks by Hasbro, approved leaks by Hasbro to get people excited, to get people drummed up. It seems like how could they release these things so frequently, so quickly? It just seems too convenient to be anything else. Honestly, it's pretty great. Shade Shooter, I already answered that question. Actually, I'm all the way down. Jabbar Robbins, there's no Dr. Don Blake. Okay, well, I guess he's not there then. Barry Allen, damn, that Revenger Thor looks sick. Me wants. Yes, he does look amazing, doesn't he? Doug Easter, why am I getting Jack Burton vibes from this figure? I don't know why. James, Valkyrie has a pretty accurate head sculpt. Yeah, she looks way better than the first one, I think. Right, Ken, I love the Thor in battle armor. He will replace my Infinity War Thor. Yes, but I miss that pot belly, man. I miss it. Oh, you're talking about Infinity War. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Barry Allen. Okay, me need Jane. All right, Tarzan. Easy there. James Gore, isn't that Death from Bill and Ted series? Very funny. He's not wearing black though. Right, Ken 33. The pre-order for Moon Knight is tomorrow, the 12th. I have to watch the series before I really invest too much into that. And he needs fur because he's cold. That's hilarious. Too funny. Well, guys, what are your thoughts for tonight's discussion? First of all, are NECA figures action figures, or are they works of art? These crazy leaks that are coming out from Hasbro on a regular basis, are they actual leaks, or are they intentional releases from Hasbro through their partners? That's a very interesting idea, because it seems like it's only people who have actually got them in hand who are leaking them out. Very, very interesting. And Dr. Mindbender, is he an SDCC exclusive, Hasbro PulseCon exclusive, New York Comic Con exclusive, or is he going to be a general release? Guys, please leave the comments in the comment section below. This has been an amazing night, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday, 11 o'clock p.m. You guys are amazing, hanging out with me all this time. Thank you so much, guys, for always supporting the channel. You guys are the best. I hope each and one of you is doing well and staying safe. To all my friends, James, I hope you're doing well, my friend. My condolences to your family. Everybody out there who's who has anybody that they know who's of Ukrainian descent, please check up on them. All your loved ones, all your friends, your family, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your best friends. Make sure that they're doing well and staying safe during these difficult times. Guys, it is the time in our lives where everything is changing on a constant basis. We don't know what's going to happen next. Always watch out for each other. Always be vigilant. Make sure that each one of you are looking out for each other, because it is in this time that things can go very, very strange, very, very quickly. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Last few comments before we log off tonight, guys. Barry Allen, so getting all 6 here in Canada will cost $237.30 plus tax. That with tax, crazy. Right, Ken, they don't have to pay for marketing. They'll just say it's a leaked, same results. Seems to be a very, very interesting idea for sure. James, that Moon Knight figure looks incredible. I need it. Yes, the need is real. The struggle is real. Barry, Night Jay and chat, be well, and this is the way. Go, Jays, go. Go, Jays, go. Guys, thank you again so much for joining me on this Sunday night. It has been an absolute pleasure. This is, of course, the highlight of my weekend. It's because of you guys that we are reaching almost 3,000 subscribers here on the Mega J Retro channel. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Yo Joe, everybody. Yo Joe. Geek proud.